There, you may notice
Hello,
that we
hello.
don't have a title on here. That's because our internet wasn't working and I have to redo that title. But anyway, we are here through a miracle because we've lost our power again. We lost our internet. We're on the satellite. And
It suddenly is working.
and now it's working, but I didn't have a chance to put the title in. So I'm going to fix that. Hello, Elizabeth. So glad to see you. Oh my God, we're all disheveled. We have no hot water again. Yes. So I'm going to hear the topic tonight is history will not exonerate him, not with the degradation of the climate and us. And if you want to know what that means, just hang around. And Erica said, glad you made it alone. Oh, we are too. I mean, it was right then and there. We were supposed to go live, and then I had to reload the page, but we're here.
We're here.
And I'm a little disheveled, but
by the hair of our chinny chin chin.
But before I get into the topic, let's have sweet baby James introduce the show.
So this is GROW, which stands for Granny Rocks Our World. And she rocks our world with wit, wisdom, and uncommon sense every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this time, 6:30 p.m. Central. So stay tuned. And now, here's Granny.
Hi there again, and hello, Luann. Thanks for coming on. Well, I think we know what I mean by history will not exonerate him. Him, who is the him that I'm saying that history will not exonerate?
Could it be the Donald?
It could be the Donald. And, there's been so much emphasis on the Mueller report, and the collusion, and the this and the that, and Russia, and so on. Hello, Anna. Glad to see you. So, it's not that those things couldn't have been, reprehensible. But see, what has been striking me this whole time is we are always focusing on scandal, but we're not focusing on the really important things. I'm not saying that it wouldn't have been important to discover that Trump colluded with Russia. I mean, it's, whatever. He probably did in some way. But that isn't what's important. What's ruining our nation is not that he colluded with Russia. It's that he's degrading our nation. And I try not to be too partisan on these shows. I try to get to the spiritual meaning of things and the underlying, and talk about how we are that and all of that. But I have to say that this is an incredibly important lesson, because those people who were busy with the horse race of, oh my God, who's winning? And is Nancy Pelosi winning? Or is Donald Trump winning? Or are they going to discover this? Or are they going to prove that? And blah, 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 blah. Oh, absolutely. Doing everything. Hello, Todd. He said hello, Granny and SBJ. And hello, Mary Chris. So I'm so glad that you're with me tonight. If some of you don't know, we lost our internet, we lost our power, everything went wrong. But
we're here.
But we're here, and we're carrying on. So, and we're testing our satellite, and so it's great. It's actually working, right? We got it to work. It's amazing. So who cares if we washed or we didn't? We have no hot water. So anyway. Talk about degradation. So, everybody who got caught up in that horse race, which I kept saying, let's not do that, let's not do that, let's not do that, let's talk about the issues. Now, so many of them feel hello, REA.
Hello.
They feel embarrassed, they don't know what to do, they feel discouraged, and all of that stuff. Elizabeth said, great backup satellite, you are. You're so right. And Mary Chris said history will show you are tenacious. You are so right.
Yeah, right.
You are so right. So what do I mean by history will not exonerate him, not with the degradation of the climate and us? Well, the people in the Midwest, the millions of people who are being flooded, don't give a rat's what about the Mueller probe at the moment, not if they're flooding. Now, if they're into that, political, oh yeah, we love Donald or we hate Donald, then maybe at some other point they're going to be thinking, oh my God, yes, the Mueller report, it came out and it was a big bomb. or it wasn't a bomb, or you didn't really prove this, and now we're going to argue about what it meant. But what I'm saying is, are we paying attention to the fact that we have huge repercussions from climate change? I mean, huge. And what's the first thing in the news, right?
The Mueller report.
The Mueller report. And
There are some 200 million people to be affected by this unbelievable aftermath of the cyclone bomb.
Right. And it goes on. And I am sure that the reason that we have yet another power outage, for those of you who know, we had power outage and we lost our internet for almost 2 weeks, and then it came back, and then we lost it again, and then we lost our power and it came back, and it's been going on and on and on and on for weeks. And which is why we have a satellite. And, we're not only, we were snowed in, we were struggling, we were suffering, and we're still losing trees. We lost about 40 trees, and we're still losing power on and off. This is the result of climate change, guys. And climate change is the result of human behavior. I am not saying that there aren't, freakiness in weather, but we all know that the climate has changed because we have global warming that's holding more moisture in the air, which is leading to these terrible storms. And so that's a degradation of our planet and the degradation of our children's future and the degradation of the experiences that wildlife has to go through as they have to adjust to more brutal temperature extremes, freezing, heat. I mean, that's serious. And history will not exonerate him because he has his head up his ass and was saying that, well, climate change doesn't even exist. It's a hoax.
It's just a change in the weather.
Well, and before there was a hoax with the Chinese, right?
Right.
And so
one has to distinguish that weather is something that happens now and then, but climate is an overall pattern. And every year it gets warmer and warmer and warmer.
And again, it's getting worse and worse. The weather is getting worse. So, I mean, and the billions of dollars are going to destruction. I mean, we just keep, we can see from our own example how they're sending out all these work people all the time to try to fix the downed lines. It's not improving anything. We're not investing in anything. We're just trying to recover. It costs us a lot of money, this little power outage. Believe me, just the cost of the propane to keep us going so we can have
generator.
lights.
Yeah.
So anyway, which is also not working. That's another expense. But anyway, and then what other level do I mean the degradation? I mean the quality, the human quality of our nation is degraded. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't a lot of degradation before Donald Trump, but this man has catapulted us down that hill because you listen to the language that he uses, the way he talks about women, the way he insults people, the personal insults. I mean, this is the president.
The way he insults people of color.
Yeah, that's right, minorities. And not to speak of the harm that he's doing with taking away the little social network of the poor. I mean, there's a lot. We are being degraded. Our environment, our social environment, the amount of polarization, that's degradation.
Yeah.
The degradation of the loss of people having medical insurance, more degradation. The people who are losing their medical, not just through the attacks on Obamacare. It's just one thing after another. Our environment, our social environment, and our emotional environment, they are all being degraded. And unfortunately, we have been a part of that as we have been willing to get down into the gutter and have degrading conversations about the other side. We've all been degraded. I'm not putting it all in his lap. He couldn't have caused all of this. He ain't that powerful. But he certainly has exacerbated it. So if you're feeling uncomfortable out there because you feel embarrassed about the Mueller report, not exonerating you, then instead of feeling embarrassed, let's take a page out of history here, our own immediate history, and say, let's remember to focus on what's really significant, on what is really hurting us and the planet. And of course, we can address these things. I mean, Donald Trump is a crook. I mean, he surrounded himself by people who were not exonerated, who were who were indicted. His charity was crooked, and so on.
He told people to break the law, like his personal attorney, and that in itself was a crime.
Okay, so he's a crook. We know he's a crook. I don't like it. But what I like less is what has happened to the conversation in this nation and what is happening every day because of climate change. Let us never get distracted again from the fact that we are not taking care of ourselves, we are not taking care of our planet, we are not taking care of one another. And this is the responsibility that we have to take on. Now, I'd like to tell you something about growth. Granny Rocks Our World to Heal. This is our video conference. If you look at the post, you will see that there is a way of signing on. You can come once for free. It is now on 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Wonderful conversation where I actually intervene with people. I use my intuition. I am a very gifted intuitive, and I use my intuition. And after you try one free, you can decide whether or not you want to sign up, and you sign up for 3 months at a time. And you let me know if you have trouble putting out that money at once. But that's the commitment, is to 3 months at a time. We're also having a retreat here in May, God willing, that we will have cleaned up the debris by that time and that there isn't more. And I'm starting my intuition training, Train Your Intuition with a Master. We need to start rising above the pettiness, connecting to that higher consciousness. We need intuition training. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs to be able to intervene effectively with their coworkers, with their mates, with their children. And we need to understand one another. And with our society, if we don't understand one another, we can't intervene effectively. And that's where that God-given intuition comes. So we have a lot of things going on right now. Check it all out on Facebook in our events. And register for growth. Join a conversation where we're going to talk about the topics from the Friday, Monday, Wednesday. For when we meet on Wednesday night, we talk about the Friday, Monday, Wednesday. And I'm going to help you to understand your reactions to these shows and more deeply what they have to do with you. In the meantime, let's become part of the solution instead of the problem. Instead of degrading ourselves and our planet, let's try to lift ourselves up and to lift up the people around us with kindness and respect. And yes, even Donald Trump deserves to be treated like a human being and deserves to be understood. Thank you, satellite internet. We will see you again, hopefully, on what day is this?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Ooh, and don't forget, growth is at 7 o'clock.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye for now.
Oh, please comment, like, and share this show.
Yeah.
This message should not end here.
Right.
All right. Yes.